Memories of Richmond are absolutely bittersweet. The bitter is that I miss it like crazy. The sweet is the loveliest memories of living in a farming community that was really out in the countryside. Vancouver families would come for the weekend and pick berries and go to the races.
Richmond has been very wonderful to me. I've had a very eventful life here and played in the Richmond concert band for many years, and I've enjoyed it here very much.
But they work so hard for their money, and I can tell you, we have a lot of pioneers in Richmond that are foreign people who have done so well, and I want to congratulate them all, and I want to congratulate all the seniors that I've met here today, and all the people who keep up the good work and everything.
My early memories of Richmond are going to the ditches to hunt frogs, and I always joke with people, you can't be a real Richmondite unless you've fallen in the ditch at least once.
We had big parties, even some parties we had in the summer. We had 100 children, so friends of my children, and they went to Garden City School, and then to Palmer, and then to McNair School, and then went on to college, and then to university, and we've had a great life.
Another memorable thing is when they did the tunnel, they had to take all the peat off Highway 99 from the Oak Street Bridge to the tunnel they were doing. And then that winter, it froze and we could skate all the way along. There were bonfires all the way along the way, and we had a wonderful time.
They were wonderful years, a free and safe and wholesome place to live, a wonderful place to live and grow up. And I'm fortunate enough now still to be living here in the Terra Nova area, which I will probably live for the rest of my life. There's nowhere else better to be.
I came to Richmond in 1935, at which time I was an orphan. The Children's Aid Society looked after us real well, and I went through the Richmond school system at UBC, and I practiced for 55 years as a doctor.
Richmond was a wonderful place when I first came here in 1962. I had 3 little boys, and I really didn't want to move here because there were ditches everywhere. And I soon found out that it was a lovely, friendly place. So the boys, one son has lived here ever since 1962. Sells real estate here and loves the city.
I had 3 children, and all 3 of my boys were born in Richmond General Hospital, and I still live in Richmond today. I think it's a great place to live, and I think as a child we were given the opportunity of a lifetime to live in a beautiful city.
And of course Richmond has changed drastically over the years, and we've seen it grow to become what it is today. And this year we're having a 1945 to 1950 reunion inclusive of the old Richmond High School. And it's a great place to have lived in my younger years.
It turned from dirt roads where I lived to the train getting taken away, and you know, I love Richmond. The fresh air, the greenery, the farming, the agriculture, you know, we have everything.
Richmond has been a huge, huge part of my life. The thing I remember too is my mom working at the fish cannery out in Steveston, and the old bowling alley.
Moved to Richmond in 1948 as a child, was brought up by Lansdowne Racetrack, and it was the most wonderful community ever. Lulu Island Theatre was there, the Red Rooster Cafe, and every one of us made a living by working at the racetrack.
My fondest memories are the sand dunes in Steveston and the fishing boats. It's where I grew up. I wish our kids today could see what Richmond was like growing up when we were kids.
My in-laws, Steve and Frances Lorenz, opened a frosted food store in Steveston, and it comprised of rows and rows of bins that would freeze your food, and the fishermen used to bring their fish in to be frozen.
We knew everybody on that whole mile, which you don't hear nowadays. We also had the Bowladrome, the bowling alley. A lot of people don't remember that.
We had some retail stores. We had a boutique, Happy Hanger Boutique, and we had Don Ray Shoes on number 3 Road. And we also had, for about 20 years, Vulcan Metalworks that we had in Richmond.
And Richmond is the best place in the world to live because there's a lot of volunteers, lots of volunteers, that makes the life more interesting.
At age 87, I can only wish everybody well here, and I hope that Richmond continues to thrive as it is now and stays out of the high water.
I really like it in Richmond. I know it's made a lot of changes, but we still like it.
I love Richmond. I do a lot of volunteering in Richmond, and I plan to stay here because it's a beautiful place to be.
But now Richmond has changed and I find it exciting, vibrant. I love coming into Richmond now because it's a different time, a different place, and it breathes and it vibrates and it's wonderful, and it's like going into the big city, and I just love it.